Happy Pi Day, everyone! Some days like today are so silly, but it's still fun to celebrate. Welcome to day 73 of the 365-day challenge. Together with my sister Jay, we'll be challenging ourselves to draw every day for the whole year. Of all mathematical things, this is just one of the ones that I'm not really sure how they chose this day as something to celebrate. Obviously, there's the homophone with the word pi, and maybe people just love finding things to celebrate whenever there's a coincidence. When Pi Day first became a thing, I wonder, how many people were like me, confused about what the actual day was and just thought it was a day where you could just eat pie all day? Which you most definitely can still do today. There's always someone online that makes a pie with a pie symbol on top, though of course Pi Day is because today is March 14th. Anyways, did you celebrate Pi Day today? Or what's your favorite type of pie? Let us know. That's all for today. See you tomorrow for day 74. Cassette tapes, MP3, CDs, all of these old and retro forms of media aren't things that most people use nowadays, but records and record players aren't quite out of fashion yet. Welcome to day 74 of the 365-day challenge. Together with my sister Jay, we'll be challenging ourselves to draw every day for the whole year. Record shops are still pretty popular, especially with audiophiles and anyone that wants that classic record player experience. I feel like in the last few years there's also been a little resurgence through things like limited edition game soundtracks or music artist albums. I don't collect records myself, but I've always thought that they were super neat. While the world is leaning towards automation, I think that being able to watch a record go round and round while the needle goes into the grooves to produce music is something so tactile that we don't really get that much of anymore. Anyways, do you collect records? If so, what's your favorite one to listen to? Let us know. That's all for today. See you tomorrow for day 75. While we all might have varying levels of ability, sometimes when something breaks or you have a spark of inspiration, it's time for a little bit of DIY. Welcome back to day 75 of the 365-day challenge. Together with my sister S, we'll be challenging ourselves to draw every day for the whole year. When it comes to DIY, I really feel like there's a tutorial for pretty much everything, and some of those are really something. From fixing your furniture with ramen packets, adding teeth and glitter to your toilet seat, or making your newest bowl out of concrete and a head of cauliflower. Sometimes I feel like DIYs are, for better or for worse, the result of human creativity having no bounds. But anyways, here's a picture of Ash and Ray making their table for their new apartment, which definitely beats eating food on the floor. Have you guys ever DIY'd anything before? Let us know. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 76. It's that time of year again where everything seemingly turns green and it's time to celebrate. Welcome back to day 76 of the 365-day challenge. Together with my sister S, we'll be challenging ourselves to draw every day for the whole year. While I've never been a devout observer of St. Patrick's Day, I did ask myself at one point, why do we celebrate it anyways? And looking at the history of it, with the symbolism of the green three-leaf shamrock, it's honestly pretty interesting. But in modern times, I'd say it's mostly celebrated by the masses with parades, dyeing various bodies of water green, dyeing your shakes with a dubious amount of green food coloring, lighting up buildings green, everyone you know wearing green, and of course, lots of drinking. And whether this day is a family affair or your poorly veiled excuse to have the night of your life, happy St. Patrick's Day. Do you guys celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Let us know. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 77. Have you guys ever seen those videos of people who get their lunch or personal belongings stolen by a bird or other wild animal? I mean, what a way to have your day ruined, or maybe for some people, a hilarious memory. Welcome back to day 77 of the 365-day challenge. Together with my sister S, we'll be challenging ourselves to draw every day for the whole year. For most of us, I feel like this has probably never happened, but whenever I see a video of birds going into stores and stealing something, or even just nabbing some food from people enjoying their lunch, I can't help but laugh. But it makes you wonder, how did these birds become so emboldened to just swoop in, grab someone's food, and just fly away? And they're so quick about it too. But then you just think of all of those "don't feed the birds" signs at parks or at the beach, and then you're like, oh yeah, I can see how that happened. People probably ignored the warnings, and then it's no wonder your unsuspecting lunch just became easy pickings. But anyways, have you guys had any silly encounters with animals? Let us know. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 78. Laughter is the best medicine, and what better day to do that than National Let's Laugh Day. Welcome back to day 78 of the 365-day challenge. Together with my sister S, we'll be challenging ourselves to draw every day for the whole year. Laughing is really good for you, or at least that's what doctors and studies say. Besides improving your mood, laughing boosts your immune system, helps with stress, and even makes it less likely for you to be diagnosed with heart disease or stroke. And if you ask me, that's totally worth finding things to laugh about on a daily basis, even if we just so happen to celebrate it today. So in case you haven't found something to laugh about today, now's your chance to do it. And if today or any other day isn't the best day you've had, I find a little bit of laughter goes a long way. Anyways, what's your favorite joke or the best joke you've ever heard? Let us know. Thanks for joining us and we'll see you tomorrow for day 79. The smell of flowers, warm breezy air, the scent of fresh cut grass, and new life sprouts from the ground and trees. Today is the first day of spring. Welcome to day 79 of the 365-day challenge. Together with my sister Jay, we'll be challenging ourselves to draw every day for the whole year. Well, even though you paint a pretty picture of spring, I feel like more realistically than not, the transition between seasons is actually not that glamorous. I don't know about where you are, but winter is still kinda kicking our asses. With that being said, when you look out the window, you see the birds migrating, the squirrels foraging, and stores stocking up with flower bulbs. Soon, the weather will warm up and we'll be in a sea of flowers. Anyways, are you ready for spring? If so, what are you most looking forward to this season? Let us know. That's all for today. See you tomorrow for day 80. Are hot dog sandwiches? It's a question that no one really thinks about, but when you do, I mean, maybe? Welcome back to day 80 of the 365-day challenge. Together with my sister S, we'll be challenging ourselves to draw every day for the whole year. Now, we all know what a sandwich is, but according to the dictionary, a sandwich is 2 or more slices of bread, or a split roll having a filling in between. Or for open-faced sandwiches, 1 slice of bread covered with food. Simple, right? Well, according to the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council, 10 years ago, more than half of surveyed Americans believed that hot dogs are not sandwiches. And also one surprising opinion I saw online was that some people think hot dogs are actually tacos. I don't know about that one, but what do you guys think? Are hot dog sandwiches, tacos, or something else entirely? Let us know. Thanks for joining us and we'll see you tomorrow for day 81. From cures for deadly illnesses to advancing agriculture and hygiene, modern chemistry has achieved so much in this world. But let's throw all that away for now and take a closer look at its roots, alchemy. And honestly, alchemy is pretty magical. Welcome to day 81 of the 365-day challenge. Together with my sister Jay, we'll be challenging ourselves to draw every day for the whole year. A combination of philosophy and chemistry, alchemy was apparently practiced all around the world, from regions like China and India to Europe. I think it's so interesting that alchemy was used in so many places to purify and perfect different materials. But something that different types of alchemy all had in common was how many times they would try to make something better than what it used to be, like turning lead into gold or creating the elixir of life. Do you think medicine is the modern elixir of life? Or what would you do if you could turn any metal into gold? Let us know. That's all for today. See you tomorrow for day 82. Open world RPGs, trading card games, rhythm games, turn-based games, and more. It really seems like nowadays phones can pretty much play anything. Welcome back to day 82 of the 365-day challenge. Together with my sister S, we'll be challenging ourselves to draw every day for the whole year. I'll be the first to say that I've been on the mobile game bandwagon for longer and harder than I'd care to admit, and one of the first games that really kept me playing was rhythm games. Honestly, I'm not really that great at games, but locking in and tapping my fingers to really hype music and trying to get perfect scores was both really fun and low-key gave me the beginnings of carpal tunnel. But besides that, I've been on the mobile game train since, and it's honestly amazing to me just how accessible all of these really great games have become since the days of simple 2D platformers or puzzle games. Anyways, what mobile games are you guys playing? Let us know. Thanks for joining us and we'll see you tomorrow for day 83. When you're going down a dark, spooky hallway in the middle of the night, would you rather use a flashlight or a lantern to light your path? Well, you don't get a choice right now because today's prompt is lantern. Welcome to day 83 of the 365-day challenge. Together with my sister Jay, we'll be challenging ourselves to draw every day for the whole year. With the lantern being the prompt, the first thing I thought of was camping, and I was like, this is a perfect prompt for some outdoor fun. And then I thought to myself, man, I just drew the outdoors recently on day 72 and day 79, so let's change it up a bit. Okay, it's gonna be horror themed instead. So I drew Liam from our webcomic Zenith to Infinity holding a lantern, going up a spiral staircase with some, honestly, kinda scary shadows. Maybe I have an overactive imagination, but if these kinds of shadows were real in real life, I'd be scarred for life. Though I guess maybe with a friend, we could run away together. Anyways, lantern or flashlight? Have you made a decision yet? Let us know. That's all for today. See you tomorrow for day 84. We've had roller coasters for a while now, but long after the invention was created in the 17th century and now into the modern day, we have the next best thing: commemorative roller coaster photos. I didn't know how seriously some people take their roller coaster photo shoots, but I think it's one of those rabbit holes that are so silly you'll never want to stop laughing. Welcome back to day 84 of the 365-day challenge. Together with my sister S, we'll be challenging ourselves to draw every day for the whole year. Everything from playing ping pong to Jenga and even playing chess during the roller coaster ride. These photos are proof that there is human ingenuity, planning, and whimsy everywhere. I mean, how do these people bring their various games and items on board without getting caught? I don't know, but it sure makes for one unforgettable photo. Anyways, have you guys tried to pose for a roller coaster picture before? Let us know. Thanks for joining us and we'll see you tomorrow for day 85.